So it's a good little tip you guys should see. As we see FoRePLayy pick up a wonderful headshot before they will FoRePLayy. And FoRePLayy is continuing to dominate everyone right now.
What up, channel? It's FoRePLayy, and this is the Pro Scene episode 4. As always, with me is Sharp, and today we're going to be going over callouts and making up strats for your team. I was looking in my inbox, and a lot of people were telling me, alright, we made this team, but we don't have any callouts and we don't have strats. How do we do this? What should we do? And first of all, for those of you that are taking that step and getting into competitive gaming, good job and shout out to you for doing that. And then those amateurs that are watching, keep grinding and keep doing what you're going to do, because I promise with hard work, anything is going to pay off. So first and foremost, Sharp, do you want to explain to them about how callouts can be fun and how you should make your own team language?
Yeah, making callouts, first of all, it's going to take a while to do, making callouts, but that time can be used building team chemistry, because your team's creating its own language. So basically, you just go into a private match, sit down, and just look at stuff, and from that, you just make something up. For example, let's go to Call of Duty 4. Envious had the callout Walshy, and all Walshy was like a back wall hunt strike. There was Brown Cow, which was just some random brown car in the middle of the street. And then just different callouts, and it's just fun making your own language instead of just using the same generic callouts that everyone uses.
Yeah, and I think not only does it do that, but you can make it so much more than actually what it is, because teams aren't going to understand what you're saying. Like, for example, at a LAN setting, if there ever is LAN for this game, or if there ever is an event or something like that, people won't know what you're saying necessarily if you have like a special call out and stuff like that. And also, the biggest thing is it's going to be fun for your team. When you get the set 4 people going into the same room, going over the maps that you need to practice on and going over your callouts, you can come up with the most creative stuff. I know in my time, we've had stuff called Bungalow in MW2. We've had Helen Keller in Blackout. We've had so much stuff that just doesn't even make sense that people will be like, what is that? But it's just you having fun with it. And that's like the biggest thing in your team. If you want to build chemistry and you want to become like a good team, you have to start by having fun, because that's what gaming is, really. You know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to be as taken serious as we do it or other people do it. Get back to the roots of just playing video games for fun, and then obviously let like the MLG aspect roll into place with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain coming up with strats.
Strategies is going to be the most important thing that you're going to want to do with your team. You always want to have a plan going into the map. You don't want to just go in and be like, alright, you're going to kill, when 3 are dead, we'll just pull the flag and do this, yada yada yada. The main thing you really want to do is go over breakouts. When you first start on the map, a breakout is what you do in pretty much the first 15 seconds, where everyone on your team is going to go. You need to have that down, what you're going to do. And then search and destroy. You need to have out spots. Where's everyone going to defend? Offense, where's your team pushing? Certain different callouts. If we're going A, who's going to throw the smoke there? Who's going to bank the flashbang off the wall and stun this guy and kill him? Where we're going to go. And the best way to do this is game battles. Play game battles. Instead of going over all the all the strategies on all the maps, and people are going to forget them, play game battles matches. You'll get a best of 3. You'll have 3 maps before the match. Go over the maps and then play the maps. And then just keep doing that over and over again. Eventually, you'll start to memorize these start-offs and everything.
And also, don't be scared to get nerdy with it. And by getting nerdy with it, I mean, like, actually think about what you're going to be doing, where everyone is going, find nade spots for after you plant the bomb and search. But don't overthink it at the same time. Like, don't be like, all right, so at 43 seconds, you're going to smoke this, and I'm going to come blazing through that. Like, don't do none of that, because that just won't work out. But get nerdy in a sense of finding nade spots for after you plant the bomb and search, where you can just go find a nice cozy piece of grass, lay down, hit them with a nade spot when you hear the bomb click, and then it makes clutching so much easier. Like, if you're in a 1v3 situation and you're like, all right, I really need to clutch this, if you have a nade spot, that's immediately going to eliminate one person. Call of Duty 4 was probably the easiest to have those nade spots where you could just find a certain spot, nade somebody, and then it's going to open up a window for you to be able to clutch. Also, in CTF, you need to have an objective player that knows what his routes are, and more importantly, the other players need to know what their cutoffs are going to be, because it's not just, all right, you play objective, so good luck. Because if it's like that, your objective player is just going to hate his life, because it's just going to be so frustrating for him, like, not having any help and support. And the support player needs to know exactly what the objective player is doing most of the time at all times, unless he starts like freelancing a little bit. But I think if you can set up your team in a good spot and go over these callouts and have these strats, it'll make things so much like better for a team overall.
Search and destroy.
Something that I wanted to say is MW2, when you remember when we made that switch from when we picked up Proofy and I went from being a Slayer to playing objective, and something that people didn't like about us is all we did was play against just no-name teams. We never scrimmed against any of the good teams. And the reason for that being is all we did was just go through the motions and just practice against just lower teams than us, and yeah, we might beat them like 10-0 on CTF, but still, I was running objective, I was getting flag routes down. Stable and Proof were getting slaying down. FoRePLayy is getting the support down, learn how to help me out. And from there, you know, when we started playing against good teams, everyone thought in that online tournament, the online nationals, that we were just going to get knocked out first round. We actually ended up like 3-0 on everybody.
Yeah, well, I don't even think we lost a map except for the leverage. I think we lost a couple, and we ended up winning at Xbox Nationals because of the fact that we never scrimmed a pro team, and everyone was like, oh, MBS is scared, they're this, they're that. But truth behind it was we were just getting down our strats and focusing on what we need to do, because you never play into anyone else's games. Like, a lot of people will play, talk shit after they scrim and stuff like that, and I've never been a believer of, like, I personally don't care what the other top 3 teams are doing. Like, they don't exist to me. It's my team and my focus is that's it, you know what I mean? So I think overall, if you can just get your team to a spot where we're comfortable playing these teams, we know exactly what we're doing, and then all we have to do is transition from playing these like lesser teams to the better teams, then it's going to be so much easier. So also, getting used to the strats is going to be, don't be scared to get away from the strat. Alright, channel, with this being Pro Scene episode number 4, we hope these are helping. And the next episode, I think we're going to talk about how to deal with losses, and more importantly, how to deal with wins. Because I know a lot of you starting out are probably going to take those early losses, because that's definitely what is going to happen when a new team first starts.
And as always, Sharp and FoRePLayy with the Ego Killing Nation. We out.
Peace.
Overtime. Search and destroy. Defend the objective.